Welcome. Uh, some of y'all, I guess since y'all don't know, right? My timing and shit. But yo, like, let me catch my breath. Like some of y'all, I just got a message earlier, and I couldn't like. Now it's coming to me. I'm like, damn. Oh wait a minute, what's going on here? Because I be on autopilot and shit, but I'm not fully conscious at that moment. I was just waking up. I'm like, dang, yo, can I catch my breath? Shit. Let me settle down. Let me sit down, catch my breath, and then I'm like, all right, go ahead, shoot. Let me get your questions. But damn, that bombardment and shit. So about my GoFundMe, right? Because we're gonna keep it on that as much as possible. I was thinking, my early rituals, like, what you do when you wake up. And in one of those parts, right, I started thinking about my words again and how fascinated, I guess, I am by them. Because we're talking about words that accomplishes and stuff, is put to action. The thing about it is that because I've practiced being silent and not quiet, like I mastered that, just not talking. Like I went days, months not talking, just mastering that art, So when I finally do hear my words for the first time in so long, I'm like, wow, it's just like extraordinary. And sometimes it comes at speed, Mach speed, quick as hell, where I can't really process it. But like I said, trust me, man, I am like throughout the day, at some point in there, it starts to dawn on me or something, and I'm like, oh shit. And the thing of it is, it's not that I think or say it and it comes out of my my mouth. It's that I believe in it. Like that's the problem right there. Like I really believe in the things that I say. And that's what gets me, what I mean? Because it's one thing is to think it and, say it. But then I realize, I really believe that shit. Like, I believe it with all my heart. Like, that's my identity. Like, that's everything. That's everything to me. Like, I get emotional, I gotta stop thinking about my words. Because, to keep it on the subject of my GoFundMe, you know what I mean? Like I said, I did it out of necessity. Lightning speed, moving, trying to adapt with technology and improvising, being productive, And I'm really going through that shit. Like, at this turn, I've turned it into an art, and now it's like I can go on cruise. I still go through the damage control, but I feel like I have like on this goal, like I've practiced on fucking up so much and made failure into an art where where on every goal it just looks more graceful. And I start thinking about like, because I try not to dwell on the negativity, as you know. I've grown up, I guess I'm from that era where we started seeing a bunch of self-development stuff, like motivational speakers. I was really into that, like, Tony Robbins, Wayne Dyer. Like, when I was in my early 20s, of course, like I used to be in that shit, like Eckhart Tolle. I used to read all those kind of books, but then it came to a point where I knew too much, you know what I mean? And that didn't help. So I had to I was recommended to like read science fiction and stuff like that. And but what happened is I ended up going to I was incarcerated, and the only book I had that helped, man, like I said, there were some science fiction, but the main one was the Bible. And I started reading that shit, But then what happened is, because I'm an artist, right? I'm also a poet and a lyricist. I started morphing some of the things that was already like prehistoric, and just like making it better, refining it, and it became my own. Like I didn't even have to look at the Bible at one point. I just like, okay, it's another book I read. Like I don't even gotta like read it again, because I was doing it, with the words that I was creating artistically. And that formed like some type of prophet in me, I became a prophet, and then my words are powerful, man. That's all I keep, But yeah, man, let me, sometimes I'm like I'm waking up, man. Let me catch my breath. Shit. I don't gotta do this. And I'm only doing this because, like I said, my GoFundMe page. Matter of fact, be on the lookout for like one or two videos, maybe 3 coming out today. Like after this one's gonna come out probably tomorrow. But if you wasn't here for the ones that I did yesterday, be on the lookout, because I'm gonna be posting that later on today. So and always look into my YouTube, always look at my website, because there might be a show that you missed, and you're like, what's going on? Well, it's explained. You just gotta watch all those other videos. But yeah, so be on the lookout, man. Later today I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna see if I get on that shit. But like I said, I'm just waking up, man. I don't really gotta do this, but it's become like a little practice of mine, So it's cool, it's productive, like look at the picture, man. I'm coding, I'm hacking. Yo, I'm like, I got a team, right? It looks like we're in a fucking CIA office, secret government covert op, and we're about to like unleash something, right? Look, I think those are guns on the wall. This is like in some secret, and we're hacking. We're like computer people on this one. Anyway, yeah, so support my GoFundMe, and thanks for tuning in. That's that with all of that.